where software quality lives, breathes, and keeps evolving.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Gurpreet Badesh, and today's episode is titled Access Granted, where we're tuning into a critical but often overlooked part of digital quality, which is accessibility testing. Because let's face it, accessibility isn't just about good intentions, it's about verifiable outcomes. And like any great beat, quality needs to reach everyone to really land. We're going to talk about bugs, screen readers, and why accessibility isn't just for compliance nerds. Today, I'm delighted to welcome Anamika Mukhopadhyay, a global practice lead for accessibility testing at Nagarro, and Upul Kumara, the QA lead at Nagarro, with a very special skill. So Upul is blind, and he'll be walking us through how a screen reader works, giving us a first-hand perspective of how he navigates the digital world. So welcome to the show, both.
Thank you, Gurpreet. I'm really excited to be here.
It's great to have you.
Thank you, Abish. It's great to be here.
Looking forward to getting stuck into the topic today, Upul. So let's get straight into it. First of all, Anamika, what gives your quality beat its rhythm?
So basically, my quality beat and its rhythm is deep-rooted commitment to continuous improvement, adaptability, and precision. So throughout my experience, I've learned that quality isn't just about defect detection. It's about anticipating risks, aligning with business goals, and of course, enabling a confident delivery. Yeah, so that's what kind of, gives my quality beat its rhythm.
Sounds like you take a proactive approach and you're looking at those preventative measures. Awesome. And same for you, Upul. So what keeps your quality beat alive?
Yeah, actually, I feel excited when I help to making products everyone can use. And knowing my work makes the web easy and fair for people with different abilities gives me purpose. It motivates me to work hard and make sure good quality products to give all users.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. And more on that topic. So Anamika, what comes to mind when you hear accessibility in QA?
So accessibility is about building equitable, barrier-free products that reflect empathy, compliance, and a true commitment to user-centered quality. So when I hear about accessibility, for me, it's ensuring that every user, regardless of their ability, can experience technology with ease and confidence. So it's quality that cares, not quality that works, right?
I see. I like that tagline. Okay, and same for you then, Upul. What comes to mind when you actually hear accessibility?
Yeah, when I hear accessibility in QA, I think about making sure websites and apps are easy for everyone to use, including with people with disabilities. This means checking the screen readers. If checking the screen readers can read the text, and if buttons working with the keyboard, and also we make sure every form are labeled clearly. Then all users can navigate to the site easily. Actually, accessibility helps everyone have better, easy, and fair, equal experience.
Absolutely. And I think this is such an important topic because, everybody should be able to navigate a site very easily. It's often something that's overlooked. And so I'm very excited to actually discuss this further with you. Now, before we get into that, right, I just want to understand the moment at which you realize that accessibility needs to be a priority, right? So, Anamika, what was your almost aha moment where you realized that, okay, this is at the forefront of everything?
So before I was a part of this testing business unit, I have heard about accessibility and I knew, what that it was about, and I have never really seen it in action. But then I was offered to lead this practice within AQT, and I got to interact with Upul and the team and saw their demos. And that's when I was like, oh my God, why is
Yeah.
this not a part of mainstream testing? There are so many projects out there who work so hard to deliver bug free, high quality releases, but don't have even a single thought about accessibility. And ever since, I have been an advocate of this topic. My first step was to spread awareness, as majority of techies were not aware of what accessibility is.
Mhm.
And I think I have been doing this for almost more than 2.5 years now. And I can see that shift now in the thought process of people, the awareness that, we have helped spread within the organization and even outside through our, continuous marketing about these things. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's even more pressing because if I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think since June 28th, 2025, the European Accessibility Act came into force.
Sure.
So I think this is a hot topic now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. And Upul, I'm curious to understand here in terms of when you experience the web, what frustrates you, or what do you really like about it?
Yeah, actually, as a screen reader user, I experience the web by listening to content instead of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
When buttons, links have no labels, or when pages don't tell me where I am, I feel disappointed actually. And also, when pages are clear and easy to navigate and read, everything is read in the correct order, I feel delighted. Actually, good headings and elements are labeled and simple layout make my experience smooth and enjoyable.
Absolutely, and I can fully relate to that. Actually, it's not something I actually realized before. But so are we saying that if there is a button on the screen and that has no text, as in i.e. no label, as you just mentioned, you don't really have a clear understanding. You don't know what that button does, basically, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That is definitely something I never thought about before. So it's really interesting to have that perspective. Okay. And moving on then, Anamika, what's one misconception then that you'd like to bust about accessibility? So do you have a story on this, for example?
Yeah. So the biggest misconception is that accessibility only benefits people with disabilities. In reality, it actually improves the usability of the application of the software for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, captions in a noisy room, keyboard shortcuts for power users, or readable fonts for mobile. So accessibility is universal design. It's just smart and human centered thinking. So we are not just doing this for people who are disabled, but we can also overall enhance the user experience of the whole application for all types of users.
I see.
Yeah. And not just that, talking about just the community of people who are not able to see, who are blind. So we can target around 15% of the world's population who have some or the other kind of disability. And if we think as a business, we can leverage this as a customer base, which we currently are missing out on if you are not handling accessibility the way it is supposed to, right? And one really interesting story was that, one of our biggest clients was visiting our office, and we were asked to give them a demo on accessibility testing in the wake of this European Accessibility Act, of course.
Right.
And I think Opal was there also part of that demo. And the client was, very confident and sure that they had an accessibility plugin placed on the top of their website, which was very good, nice. It covered a lot of areas of WCAG. It was helping, helping change the website of the client to make it accessible. And it was supposed to be used by people with disabilities to support their needs, right? But to our surprise, Upul was not able to open that tool to use it to get that
Wow.
help and navigate the website. So that tool that's there to help disabled people was not accessible itself at the first place. And this is what happens when you do accessibility testing, but you are not, leveraging real users or testers like Upul who bring in their, expertise, bring in their the way they use the web, that expertise. You will never be able to uncover what kind of issues that are left by just doing some regular manual testing or even for that matter automation. So yeah, that was really surprising to us and also to our client.
Yeah, of course. I mean, given the fact that you've just mentioned that fact now, that 15% of the world's population has some kind of like disability, right? So the fact that that's such a huge audience there, and then you're not using that audience to actually test whether this applies to most is, yeah, that's shocking, I have to say. Okay, and I know we've started going into accessibility. Before we kind of go further into this topic, I just wanted to kind of zoom out, and I'm really curious to understand how you got into quality assurance. Upal, what was it for you? Where was the moment where you realized, okay, this is something I really want to pursue?
Actually, during my final year at my university, I received news that a technology company was hiring accessibility tester. So I applied it and went to the interviews. I got a job in this field. Actually, it was an educational company. I worked there for 8 years. After that, we joined here Nagaro, and I have been working here more than 3 years. Actually, unforgettable experience with here work with this company Nagaro. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Okay, and the same question then for you, Anamika. How did your journey towards becoming a leader in accessibility testing begin?
Yeah, I was never into it, from the very beginning. And honestly, it all very slowly grew on me. So, as I mentioned earlier, when I was offered this role to lead this practice, I could very instantly click. Maybe because I had some hidden passion about it, which I myself wasn't aware about, but I could very well align with this topic and was able to drive it. So similarly, the topic of accessibility and the topic of sustainability, accessibility again is a part of sustainability. That is also something which really, I'm passionate about. I try to, read about them. How can we improvise our quality assurance processes, the way we work, our teams, our automation, and align that in a sustainable way. And of course, accessibility, inclusivity is a very major chunk of it, and it is driven somewhere from within. So not a single bit of challenge that I faced. It's just one thing I keep reminding myself, quality isn't just about clean code. It's about creating experiences that welcomes everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Amazing. Okay. And it seems like it's very natural for you. You have a general curiosity to get involved in this topic, and you're continuously looking for ways to make it a better experience.
Right.
That's great. And then one more question for you, Upal. What would you say is a memorable bug that you found thanks to your perspective?
Actually, as a screen reader tester, when I testing accessibility, the one day I found a big issue. Actually, it was form without the labels, and my screen reader just announced edit form field, but it's not announced what I write there. Actually, I had to guess, but it was very confusing. After that, I told team,
Yeah.
they added a proper label for them. After that, my screener announced name, email, and password. After that it was fine. Actually, it was small fix, but it made a big difference for users like me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like this user experience topic is huge, and I'm really curious to see how what your experience is like when we have the demo that's coming up. Before we switch over to the demo, one final question for you, Anamika. What would you say is the most human lesson you've learned about accessibility testing?
So we, the people working in the digital space, have the power to make a huge difference in the lives of people with special needs.
Mhm.
And it is high time that we embrace this and make it as normal as testing other aspects when it comes to software delivery. So, one thing I always highlight whenever I'm talking about accessibility is that it is no longer a choice, it's a requirement now. So, it goes both ways, in terms of being inclusive and barrier free. And now also the different acts that are coming out in different parts of the world, it is making it more of a requirement than just being a choice of whether or not to have it. Yeah.
Yes, and is the European Accessibility Act? This is obviously really enforced within Europe. Are there any other acts around for different continents?
Yes, there is. So there's American Disability Act. It has been there for quite a while now. There is also the similar act in Canada. We have the Australian Disability Act. We have an act in the UK, and
Mhm.
also something in the UAE. So we are working with different customers from multiple of different regions, and we get to know about all the different needs of each of these apps, and that actually makes our experience very enriched.
Yes, absolutely. And so it sounds like it's a really basic requirement now, right? And with that in mind, let's get hands-on now, right? So this is the part that I've definitely been looking forward to. Upal, I'd love for you to take us on a quick tour of how you actually test for accessibility in the real world. So I'm wondering if you could pull up a site or an app that you've worked on and walk us through what it's like to navigate that using a screen reader, and maybe give us some examples of what happens when things are done right, and maybe what it sounds like when things aren't done right. And of course, Anamika, feel free to jump in with your reactions and narrate what we're hearing and help us translate this experience a bit for the listeners who might not be so familiar with assistive tech.
Sure.
Great.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Sharing your screen. Microsoft Teams. Key controls toolbar.
So you see my
That's-
screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes.
And that's the screen reader that we can hear.
Okay.
Volume 20. Volume 25. Accessibility podcast with Shop Now. Shop Now.
The sound in the background, is that triggered from the click of a button, for example?
Yeah.
Or is that just announced in general?
No, it's on the click of whatever buttons that Opal is doing. And also the speed at which the screen reader talks back to you can be adjusted. So right now, Opal has kept it actually at a very low speed. Otherwise,
Yeah.
when he works, these speeds are something which you and I won't be able to understand. But Opal has some superpowers when it comes to hearing, and he can hear it really fast and he can work really fast with it. So
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, interesting. Let's get stuck in then.
Go ahead, Opal.
Okay, now start. Actually, this is the modern e-commerce website. I use NVIDIA Screen Reader and Google Chrome web browser for this demo. First I'm going to talk about headings. As a screen reader user, headings are very useful for us because when we are navigating through the web page, we use heading for get accuracy idea of the page content. In this page, actually, heading level 1 is missing. heading level 1 is very important for us as a blind user, because first after loading the web page, first we read the heading level 1, but in this page heading level 1 is missing. I will let you hear that thing. Actually, we have keyboard shortcuts to direct jump to the heading level 1. It is number 1 on the number row. Now I will pressing number 1.
No next heading at level 1.
Yeah, you can hear
Alright,
no
yeah.
next heading at level 1. It's
Okay.
heading level 1 is missing. You can
And-
hear again.
No next heading at level 1. No
Right.
next heading at level 1.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
just
yeah.
a quick question on this. So we have no heading at level 1, and level 1 is almost like so when we go onto a web page, for example, it's the first level where we would ideally see, would you say company name, for example, or?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So at this point, if I've understood it correctly, you're on this website and you don't know if you're on the right website because they don't have heading level 1.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And secondly, I talk about graphic. In this page, we have some graphic. Some graphic have a label, but some graphics don't have label. Without label, we can't identify those graphics because we can't see. Only we can read the label or
Mhm.
alternative text. We can the graphic. What's the in graphic? I will let hear those graphics now.
Navigate mainland content.
For that, actually, we have shortcuts. That is letter G. Now I will press the letter G. You can hear what's happening here.
Graphic link. Graphic link.
It's announced graphic link. Not
Graphic
announced
link.
labeled.
Right.
Graphic link.
Okay. Link. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what this graphic. What is this graphic? Because it's not announced. And I will show you a
Right.
labeled graphic.
Mhm.
Then you can understand what I say.
Graphic mainland cotton t-shirt graphic.
Yeah, this graphic has a label. It's announced cotton t-shirt. I press again Shift G.
Wireless earbuds graphic.
Yeah, it's announced wireless earbuds.
Right.
These graphic have labels, and as a blind user, we can identify what's this graphic because they have a label.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And just for the listeners, so obviously I'm seeing a screen at the moment, and there's two different examples that I've got, right? So I've got one example where you have the different platforms on which you can connect with the company, right? So that whether that's Facebook, Twitter, and those graphics aren't labeled, right? So technically Upal doesn't know what that graphic means because he can't see it and there is no label underneath, so he doesn't know that this is based on this link. Clicking on this link will take him through to Twitter, for example. In the second example, what we're seeing is wireless earbuds, and there's a clear piece of text underneath which says wireless earbuds, which is why it's able to recognize and able to inform Upal that this is what the image represents.
Yeah,
Yes.
and now, Gurpreet, if I want my also the audience to visualize, so if you are a normal person without any kind of need for special assistance, and imagine how regular and frequently we use any e-commerce website. I think these days for everything we are using, online ordering and e-commerce. And if you go on an e-commerce website, there are images, millions of images on that page, on any particular page or on that website. And if you don't, if you are a user with special needs and you're not able to recognize what image stands for what, and if you want to order something specific for yourself and you're not able to identify what it is because the images don't have alternate text, imagine
Yes.
how frustrating it would be and how much of a barrier it would be for you to be able to place your order, purchase something for yourself. And just on the other side, how easy it is for us all to quickly just order something using just our fingers in minutes, right? So that is something which is where I always want to focus, that it is important to normalize accessibility in our testing and designing and development landscape, because it makes huge difference for people who are the real users of it.
Absolutely. I mean, after seeing this demo as well, I can see how frustrating this experience could be. And I guess, yeah, for me, I never looked at it that way, but I completely understand why it should be a basic requirement for all companies.
Yeah, probably you also got your aha moment today.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I need to get into this topic a bit more now.
Yes.
Awesome. So that was everything for the demo. That's great. So thank you so much for that demo, Upul. It was very enlightening and informative. And so before we wrap up, let's switch gears now and have a little fun with a quick Q&A round. So I've got some rapid fire questions for you. So I only need short answers, and it's just the first thing that comes to mind. So are you both ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Perfect. Okay. So first question then. Can you give me a tool you can't live without?
Yeah, smartphone.
Your smartphone. Okay, great. And Anamika?
So again, talking specifically in the accessibility area, it would be Axe. So we use it a lot. It's open source. So
Okay, Acts. Great. Okay. And then what's one accessibility tip that works like magic? So Upul, you go first.
Yeah, good heading structure. Clear and simple headings help for screen readers to navigate and everything.
Okay, great. And Anamika?
yeah, label your buttons, links, have alternate text to images. Yeah.
Okay. And then next question. What's the biggest myth or excuse you've heard about accessibility? Anamika, you can take this first.
Myth and misconception, I think we already talked about, but
Yes.
excuse, yes, people think it is spending additional time and money, which is not the case if you really see the ROI.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. And Upul?
Yeah, accessibility is only for people with disabilities. Actually, it improves the accessibility experience for everyone,
True.
Absolutely. This is
including those with temporary and situation impairments.
okay. Great. And then finally, right, I just need you to both finish this sentence. So accessibility is, over to you, Anamika.
I think for me, accessibility is non-negotiable. So quality isn't truly quality if it leaves someone behind. So yeah.
Great. And Upul?
Yeah, accessibility is freedom. As a blind tester, accessibility means I can navigate a website confidently with screen readers. Knowing that images are labels and images are described and buttons are labels and content is structured logically. It's not just about compliance. Actually, it's about equal access to information and independence and dignity in the digital world.
I completely agree. And thank you so much, both. That concludes this episode. Honestly, it's been a pleasure. I've definitely got some great insights from this episode. And for our listeners out there, if you do face any issues in digital accessibility or need guidance on the European Accessibility Act, please do reach out to us for a free consultation. I'm sure Anamika and Upul will be happy to share their experiences with you. And
Definitely.
yeah. And our next episode will focus on quality and testing efficiency, where we will be joined by Daniel Eder. So if you do have any questions you would like us to address on the topic, then please do go over to go.nagarro.com/quality-beat and submit your questions. Thank you once again, Anamika and Upul. And
Thank
until
you.
next time, keep your quality beat steady, strong, and inclusive.